Hi, my name is Matt Carroll with World Class Coaching with the Hub of Academy Sports Coach 2024. I want to talk to you today about a session that I designed for working on counterattacks. So what I've started with here is a simple rondo, 4v1. You can make it 5v2. You can up the numbers. I'll show you how that would change in a second. But just for time's sake, I put four guys here, and then there's players, and you might want to put a cone just to note where they should stand if you want. Four players standing behind the four players or five players, or however many players are in the rondo. There's an extra player that's standing behind them. I'll put it over here. So what's going on is the ball is being played back and forth. Is being played back and forth in the rondo, and they're trying to maintain possession. If possession is lost, what then happens is the circle should press like they would on to gegenpress or counterpress lost possession. And what then happens is this player looks to break the line and play a ball forward to break the counter. So what we're recreating here is a situational moment, that the moment of transition. I like called the light switch moment, when the light changes. You're going from your defender, now your attacker. So that light switch moment occurs when the ball is possessed by this player in the middle, and they're looking to break a line and go forward. Then what happens is this player was the player that had this player behind them. This player then replaces them in the rondo. We go from there. This player goes in the middle. The player that was on the outside replacing the rondo. The person that was in the middle goes on the outside, and we play the rondo straight from there. So what we're creating here is situations where the team in black has to work collaboratively when they lose the ball, because you can't just defend your guy. There's too many openings. You have to press. You have to put the player under, and you have to force a situation where they don't have options to break lines, and you have to play them into your cover, and you have to rely that your cover is going to be there. So everyone in black has to work together. Otherwise, they're kind of going to get screwed over with the player behind them getting passed to. If someone doesn't do their job, if this player doesn't cover and the ball goes out to this player out here, it's this player's fault, but this player's being punished. So we're talking about the gegenpressing aspect of it, the counter-pressing. But really what we're focusing on for this session is that, hey, you just won the ball. How quickly can you move to try to play through the lines and break the pressure here? So where I would move from here is probably one of my favorite games, because I think there's so many things you can do out of it. Simple transition rondo. We'll put four guys out here. They're in this grid. There's, let's say, two yellow in here and two yellow in here. I'm working on similar concepts here. We've got black possessing the ball. But now instead of just playing to the player, and we're talking about that look and accepting pressure and breaking lines, we're then looking to go and how are we going to once we've broken that line, where we move from here. So let's say in this situation, yellow accidentally placed black accidentally placed yellow. We'll have we're going to talk about breaking the line here. What I'd like to talk about here is the first option is to go forward. If we have a target option forward, play the ball forward, break the line, let's go. Now, if there's not, we immediately want to find an outlet pass. A pass that's going to relieve the pressure, because the players in black are going to step hard to the loss of the ball, especially in this tight area. And we're going to want to be able to go forward. Now, forward might not be the option. Let's say he slides. We're in a tough situation. We play this option back to go forward. We relieve the immediate pressure. We use the opposition's over pressing to our advantage. We draw them in. We play backwards, and it gives us a clearer position to go forward. So where we go from here, clear these lines, is the four players in yellow then transition to this grid, and two players in black transition to this grid, and we play the rondo from there. Now, some things you can do here is you can make this point values. You can make it how many times you transition. You can make it competitive. There's a lot of different rules and different things you want to focus on here. But the base set of the rules is really, you're going to see constant transitions. These two players back here, all they're off, we're going to talk about them positioning. One should be forward, one should be providing depth. If we do win the ball, we want to be able to provide a long pass. We want to provide a diagonal outlet pass. So a lot of different elements to discuss here. Even though these players are not on the ball, they should be moving according to where the ball is moving in the opposite grid, and kind of giving them the thought process of, hey, if we win the ball here, what am I going to do? If we win the ball here, how am I going to get possession of this ball? So there we go from here. I used this one in my last video. I haven't used this as much in my sessions, and I really want to get back to it because I do love the concept behind this game, and it can get very competitive and very high intensity, even if there's player off, because you see quick transitions here. So here we'll add a goal on each end. We can add a goal if we need to. Maybe these are small sided if we don't have the numbers. We have, we're just going to do 3 teams of 3. We'll do the team in black attacking. And then we'll have our reserves in our alternate team in red. So black attacks here. If they score, they get another ball that's should be in the net. They pick it out, they dribble out, and they go into this neutral area. No one's allowed in the neutral area except for the team on the ball. And then black would then transition here and then go against red. Now, if red loses the ball, and yellow is able to win possession, then they need to quickly, now this could be through a pass, could be through a dribble, get into the neutral area. Once they get in the neutral area, they're safe, and then yellow goes first red, and then we repeat that. So it's a constant transition rondo, just a little more scaled up from the last drill, getting more guys involved, more game-like, more building up to that that final template of activating the things we want through a game. And the last thing I would do here is we create again, kind of the same concept here, just building out. We'll do a 4v3. Back to black here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's a 4v3, but you got one player here. The player in yellow can't go past half. So 3 players defending, 4 attacking. So 4 are attacking. So if black scores, very similar to last game, maybe we make this one a little bit bigger. Maybe it's 8v8. And maybe have 2 attacking players, but just for time's sake, I put 4. But you're trying to build up on that the concepts and make it a little more game-like. If black scores here, excuse me, coming from the flu over here. Black scores here, then yellow needs to quickly get a ball out of the net, and they transition and try to play their target person. Now, the target player is not allowed to move if they are offsides. So if they're offsides here, they have to hold the ball and wait for a transition run, and they maybe play this ball. If they're not offsides and there's a player back here, we'll imagine there's a goalie in, then they can go on and dribble. So what we're working on here is the depth in the counterattack is playing the most forward option and then making the runs off of them. And you should see a constant flow of transitions. Now, if yellow's on possession, they get past this line, the cone, then the other 2 black players go back here, and the one stands here on the cone, and we do the same thing on the other end. And then where I would go from here is working this into your full-sided game. Maybe, again, start something where you're scoring some kind of point value modifier for transitions. If you score off a transition, maybe the goal's worth 2 goals instead of 1. And then, again, I would end it with just a regular scrimmage, see how it flows naturally, and kind of assess yourself and see how well you got the points across. So one more time, this is my session on counterattacking. My name is Matt Carroll with World Class Coaching and with Hub Academy Sports Coach 2024. I hope this session finds you well.